Hello, everyone. Thanks so much for joining us for Access City Council. I'm your host, City of Las Vegas Communications Director, David Riggleman. Coming up on this show, we're excited to welcome a new council leader to the program. Making her debut on Access City Council, we're honored to introduce Ward 5 Councilwoman Summers-Armstrong. Welcome to the program.
Thank you, David.
I know it's a little disconcerting to do your first show, but I've got complete confidence in you. You're going to be great. So
thank you. I appreciate the team's support.
Welcome aboard. You were elected in November, sworn in to office on December 4th. So you're still relatively new around here, but you're not that new to Ward 5. You've lived there. You know the ward well. And we're going to talk about Ward 5 today and you a little bit. So for those of you out there not exactly sure where Ward 5 is located, well, don't worry. We're just going to show you on the map. It's basically, it's an interesting ward. It includes the downtown areas. You can see there on the right-hand side or the east side of the map, but then it goes all the way out to the northwest, kind of runs along US 95 and follows the curve into the north there. Diverse ward, interesting ward because it covers a big geographic area and has everything from downtown to northwest in there. So
makes it very exciting. It's interesting for me. I live near historic West Las Vegas, but the ward includes historic West Las Vegas, which is historic. We have parts of the Biltmore area. Cashman Field is in that area. And then we go all the way up to the northwest, and that includes the Northwest Area Rural Association area. Preservation area. So it includes a lot of diverse communities, a lot of different socioeconomic groups, but it's a community of people who care about Las Vegas, and I care about them, and I'm excited to be representing this ward.
Well, that's outstanding, Councilwoman. This is the Councilwoman, as we said, is making her debut today, but you'll see her every 6 weeks on Access City Council, and we're excited to kick off this first show. You ready to do this?
Ready.
Here we go. All right. Council, let's begin with you a little bit. Again, you are, how long have you lived in Ward 5, you and your husband?
My husband and I bought a piece of land in Ward 5 in 1997.
Okay, so a little while.
Long time, and we were finally able to save enough money to build the house and move in 1999. We brought 2 young sons into the neighborhood. They were students at Mabel Hogard Math and Science Magnet School.
Very good.
And so they would leave school in the afternoons and come to the property to work, sweep, help pick up nails, boards. It was really a family affair to make this dream come true, to live in this community, and we're really just proud to be here.
That's terrific. We'll talk a little bit more about your background too. I want to go back to something. I heard a story about how you got into kind of public service at the very beginning. It goes back to maybe your 5th grade classroom. Sixth grade. Tell us the story. I thought this was interesting.
So I grew up in Oakland, California, and we went to parochial school for a while. And my 6th grade year, my mom put us in public school, and I had a government class, and we were talking about our government setup and who was in office at the time. And the teacher asked, well, who in here would like to be president? Well, you know, I'm bossy and always, whether I want to or not, always found myself in leadership. And I raised my hand, you know, I could be president. And the teacher was very, very quick to say, no, you could not be. First of all, you're a woman. And second of all, you're a little too conservative to be in government. And I was absolutely deflated. I was like, well, what's that mean, right? I mean, how do you explain that to a 6th grader? But that kind of stuck with me for a while, and I went ahead and thought that I would do other things and follow other interests. But there's something in me innately that is all about my community and public service, and here I am.
Yeah. Not your first foray either. You started in the Nevada Assembly, representing District 6. Tell us about that.
Well, that was a wonderful experience, and I'm so grateful that it was the precursor to being in City Council. I think the experience of understanding how that system of government works, how it affects us locally, is going to be really helping to inform the work that I do. I had run for City Council back in 2018 and was unsuccessful, but I kept working, which is my habit, and someone saw me and asked if I would consider running to succeed William McCurdy, who was the assemblyman at the time. And I thought about it, and I did. And we ran really hard and won, and people remembered when I ran for city council. They recognized the work and were receptive, and we had 2 really successful campaigns for assembly. And when this happened for me to run for city council, we just did the same thing, worked really hard. We're in the community talking to folks, and we were successful. I'm really excited.
I know that you credit your mom for a lot of your success back in California when you were growing up. Tell us a bit about that, if you don't mind.
So my mom is a pretty amazing person. My dad's a great guy, but I'm a mama's girl. She was the first child in her family of 8 born in California. Her family migrated in 1939 from Pine Bluff, Arkansas. Super smart, very capable, did a little community college, but got married young and decided that she would be an entrepreneur. And so from our kitchen in Oakland, California, my mother ran a small business where she was a court transcriber. She had a Selectric IBM in the kitchen, and we had one of those.
I remember those.
You know the sound, click, click, click,
yeah.
right? She typed 130 words a minute.
Wow.
And she would put on headphones,
listen.
and she would listen, and she would type. And those are the days where we had the onion skin copies that went in between. And our job as her daughters, unpaid of course, was that we would put together with those gold brads and the little packages.
This is like my era.
Yes.
Yes.
The court packets. And because in those days you only had one house phone, we were trained as 6 and 7 and 8-year-olds how to answer the house phone, how to engage with her customers who would call the house for business. We would, as the years went by, my oldest sister Dana and I, we were illegal on the streets of California driving to deliver the work for her and pick up tapes and pick up checks.
Interesting.
And she really sort of formed us to be prepared to function in the business world, and she's pretty awesome.
That's very interesting. That was kind of ahead of her time. People work from home all the time now, but back then that was a lot rarer.
It was, but she had 3 children in successive years, 3 girls, 1 year after the other, and she had to figure out a way to help my dad. She and my dad support the family, but also that in those days there weren't daycare centers, and so she had to figure out how to make it work, and that was her solution.
Yeah, that's an impressive story. Councilwoman, we're going to have some special guests on here that we're going to bring on, but before we invite them in, what are some of the things you'd like to accomplish in the ward? I know you've been very specific to the staff, letting us know kind of what your vision is. Tell the viewers a little bit about what you hope for the ward. We talked about redevelopment being one of them just today, but fill us in a little bit.
Well, when I was campaigning, and this is part of, I think, what I found with my feet on the street are the things that the community is concerned about. They're concerned about safety, and I think that that's going to be an important part of whether or not we redevelop, whether our housing stock builds. I think that we're going to have a relationship with public safety. We need jobs and redevelopment that includes folks who are going to be job makers, and we have to work with the development agency on how we do that, as well as housing. Critical. For us, we don't have enough. It is very expensive. We don't have enough. We don't have, a lot of BLM land on the outskirts. But for our community, we want people to live in Ward 5. And so bringing redevelopment into the city is very important. And then homelessness and how that overarching challenge affects all of this. And so I've been very clear in the campaign. I'm going to try and be clear as I lead, and hope that I can build relationships with the departments and with our community leaders, unsilo the work, and really work together to make these hopes and dreams come true.
You know, it's interesting. That's very similar to Mayor Berkeley's vision for the city. So I think you two are going to be in sync on how to address these issues and how to move the city forward in that direction. It's very similar to what she hopes as well.
Well,
so.
all of this is going to have to be collaborative. We already know that none of this work can be done by one person alone. We have to understand what each other's hopes and dreams are and help and support one another to move it forward.
Exactly. All right. Well, Councilwoman, as I said, we need to take a quick break here, but coming up, we'll introduce you to the Ward 5 team. They'll join us right here on the set right after this.
Put the keys down, Kevin.
But I'm gonna drive home.
There are several warning signs present that you shouldn't be driving.
My text to emoji ratio has gotten a little out of hand.
A little?
Yep, I'm definitely gonna call a ride home.
Touchdown! Did you see that? Whoa, we scored? Yeah, we scored. We're going to the playoffs.
Welcome back, everyone. If you're just tuning in, we're joined by the newest member of the Las Vegas City Council. It's Ward 5 Councilwoman Summers-Armstrong. And we're excited to have the Councilwoman along with some special guests. We're pleased to welcome Nora Lares and Julius Lightfoot to the show. They're both special assistants to the Councilwoman, and they're ready to serve Ward 5 and you as well. So this is great. We got the whole team here coming up.
Almost.
Got one more that we're going to introduce in the next segment too. She's a facial remember. She's been here before. So, well, Councilwoman, now we've got Nora over here and we've got Julius. We know we heard a little bit about your background. What do we hear? What do you say we hear a little bit about them?
I would love that.
Sounds good. So, Nora, you are not a newcomer to the city. You've been an employee for a little while. Tell us about that.
Yes, well, I've been with the city for 20 years, just a little bit over 20. I started back in 2004 with the planning department, which is now community development.
Yes.
I was an administrative assistant when I joined the city of Las Vegas. Then I was an agenda tech for about 16, 17 years with the planning department.
Yeah, it's an important job.
And I had just recently transferred over to parking services, and I was there for about a year before coming on board with the Councilwoman.
Councilman, I think that's really smart because Nora obviously has a lot of experience here at the city, knows the ins and outs. That's really an ace in the hole for you as a newcomer.
Yes, very lucky for us that she was willing to come on board. We all know that land use is huge in the city, and I'm not an expert, and so I thought it was important for me to ask around and surround myself with people who could bring a skill set that I didn't have and knowledge that would be helpful to the team. So I'm
got an
so
agenda
excited.
tech on the team now.
That's right.
She'll show you all the ins and outs of a SUP and this and that and everything else. So that's special use permit for you folks out there. So Nora will know all that lingo. So that's good stuff.
Yes.
And then Councilwoman, we also have Julius Lightfoot that has joined the team. Now, Julius, you are new to the city.
Yes.
But tell us about you. You're not new to the community though, are you?
No. Born and raised in Las Vegas. Lived in and around the area of Ward 5 pretty much my whole life.
Yeah.
I'm happy to be a part of the team, to affect change in a community that I live in, and to see things start, continue, and finish for the better of the community.
What are you hearing so far from the constituents out there? I know you and Nora and Kelly, who we're going to see in a few minutes, are kind of the eye of the storm as far as the inquiries that come into the office. What are you hearing so far?
A few different things, but one of the larger issues that people have brought to my attention, at least, is the homeless issue at the moment. So I know that's one thing that we want to work on and find resources to help better that issue.
Because everything kind of stems from that. If you can get the homeless situation in a place where it's in good shape in the community, everything else then it can kind of move. It can move forward. Then
I agree 100%. And one of the things that I've said, both as I was on the campaign trail and even in the assembly, is that we have to approach this from a regional perspective. It can't be just the responsibility of the city of Las Vegas.
Very true.
And it's up to us to build those relationships, unsilo the process, talk across governmental and municipal lines, and get to some real solutions, because moving the problem doesn't solve the problem.
Right.
And if we're wanting to make change, to me, change means to solve. And so that's what I'm excited for my team to help me to do. Julius is energetic. He knows the community. He's excited about what he's doing, or at least he's pretending like he is. And he is. And Nora is so capable. So I really count myself extremely lucky.
Nora, talk a little bit about that. When people call into the office, they need help, they're looking for this. I know a lot of the questions that you get sometimes are not city related. There are other agencies, maybe it's county, maybe it's federal government, whatever it might be. But you guys are really good at helping route them to the right place, even if they call in, right?
Correct, yes. We always try to find help. If it's not within our jurisdiction, we always try to get them somewhere, at least a phone number, so they can call and get the information they need.
It's interesting. I know because we're accessible here at the city, often we get questions that really aren't city related per se, but they still contact us. So
Sure.
we do our best to get them connected. And so
Our job has to be of service. And our job for this office is to be a conduit for the community, and I've emphasized that to the team. They've taken it seriously. We're even talking to IT about some software so that we can better track what we're doing and quantify, so that when we're out in the community and we're reporting to the community, we can give them clear indication of how many people we've helped and how long it took us to get stuff. So, we're trying to, up our game and do a good job.
Nora, anything else you'd like to add while we have you on the show? It's a pleasure having you on, and congratulations on your new role. And I'm glad you're sticking around at the city a little longer. That's good. That's going to be a good partnership with Councilwoman. So.
No, just I'm just going to throw it out there. We know we have a lot of Hispanic people in Ward 5 now, so I do speak Spanish.
Oh, excellent.
So
Great point. Glad you mentioned that.
Don't be afraid to call. I'm always able to help
Very
Spanish
good.
speakers also.
In fact, the city as a whole, we're upping our game. We talked about that earlier today. In fact, we're doing a better job communicating in Spanish. We learned during the pandemic that was an area that we really needed to improve, and we're working on that, and you're helping us do that. Julius, last words for you. Anything you'd like to add? Great to have you on the show.
Thank you for having me on the show. I will add that we are upping our engagement, and we want to make sure that the community members of Ward 5 get a hold of the newsletter.
Yep.
We're going to be posting a lot of our information, a lot of events that are going to be coming up. You'll see me at events, you'll see the Councilwoman at events, and we will definitely be happy to hear your concerns, but also to show you that we're really working to improve Ward 5.
Absolutely. And Nora, Julius, thank you so much for being here. Councilwoman asked you to stick around. We need to take another quick break, but when we come back, we'll talk about upcoming events in Ward 5. It's right after this.
You want a great ride-share experience? Don't ride with us. But if you drive after drinking or consuming cannabis, this is the ride you're gonna get. Plan a ride, or we'll pick you up. Paid for by the Nevada Departments of Public Safety and Transportation.
If you smoked, this new lung cancer screening could save your life. Visit SaveByTheScan.org.
Welcome back, everyone. It's a new era in Ward 5. Councilwoman Summers-Armstrong joins us for her very first Access City Council show. She's made a stellar debut, I should add. And we're bringing in another venerable into the conversation. She's a familiar face to this show, serving the people of Ward 5 as well for almost 7 years. It's Kelly Woods, another special assistant to Councilwoman Summers-Armstrong. And Councilwoman, another brilliant move. Kelly knows the ropes. Kelly, welcome back. You've been here before. It's good to see you again.
Thank you. It's good to be back.
She knows Ward 5 well. She has worked in that office under Councilman Creer, and valuable asset. We all rely on her around here. So
Well, like I said earlier, I don't know everything, and so I tried my best to think as strategically as I could about the makeup of the office. And I've seen Kelly in the neighborhood and community for many years, and I liked what I saw and was really happy when she said she would hang out with us.
Yeah, that's very good. Kelly, you bring a lot of continuity to the office. You've been doing this. You know the ward. The people in the ward know you as well. They know they need to contact someone. The city needs to jump on an issue. They know that they can reach out to you.
Absolutely. I'm actually happy to continue on. Councilwoman afforded me this opportunity to continue to assist with the transition and help the residents in Ward 5. We're off to a great start. I think we have a great foundation, and so that's a conversation that we had. I really wanted to kind of stay on and just kind of continue to move things forward, and I've established some great relationships. I'd like to continue on with those and maintain those and really be a support to anyone that I can, really. Yeah.
You know, you're someone that people in the ward trust. They know when they contact the office. Councilwoman, brilliant on your part. They know that Kelly's somebody that's going to take care of whatever they need and make sure that it doesn't fall through the cracks. So you've got a good reputation out there.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate that.
I think you guys are going to get along well. I think it's funny that you're both avid sports fans. Tennis and basketball. Kelly's a huge, there's not an Aces fan bigger than Kelly in town. And Councilwoman, you want to talk tennis, talk to this young lady right here. She knows that sport backward and forward. It's funny, Councilman Creer was a big tennis player as well.
He was. I played when I was a kid on my garage in Oakland because we didn't have tennis courts in the neighborhood.
Interesting. And look at you now.
Well, I'm not that great. In my mind, I'm Serena Williams.
Yeah, me too.
On the court, I'm just really me. I started off playing basketball. My mother had us, the girls, in sports, and I was okay. I had a pretty decent 15-foot jump shot.
Nice, Kelly. Did you hear this?
But,
I did.
But it wasn't great. So I think Kelly is the one who should be talking about basketball.
She knows it. She's very passionate about the Aces as well, as we all are around here.
Yes.
So, well, you two have some upcoming events out there. So again, everyone, I should say, if you contact the office, you're going to either talk to Nora or Julius or to Kelly again. And very, very capable crew, Councilwoman. Very capable. But you do have some upcoming events out there that we want to tell everybody about. These are cool. You have a lot going on. Councilwoman, the first is this coming Saturday, and I know our show airs over the course of a week, so hopefully you folks out there will see this before the fact as opposed to after. But on Sunday, the 19th, it's Peace Week. Tell us about that.
This is part of the MLK activities, and so we are excited to have this activity at Doolittle Active Adult Center. Nice. Also, Monday is the Martin Luther King Parade downtown. Yep. Huge event, very well attended. And there are also other events during MLK Week. And so we would encourage you, if you're interested in the King Week events that are not sponsored by the city but are all over the place, you might want to check out kingweeklasvegas.com.
Okay.
That's their website, and the phone number is 702-498-5888.
Okay.
But many of the activities that the city is sponsoring are available to learn about on our Parks and Recreation website.
Absolutely encourage people to check it out. And folks, the parade is a big deal every year. It's going to be Monday the 20th, as the Councilwoman said. Starts at 10 o'clock in the morning there on the 4th Street Parade route. And I don't know how many, we've been doing this a long time in Las Vegas. I don't know what
over 40 years is my understanding.
Yeah.
This will be my first year as a city councilwoman, so I will be in it twice. I will ride on the big red
fire truck, yes.
Fire truck. Then I'm going to run back to the line, and I'm going to walk as a city councilwoman, and I'm hoping to find some students who represent our educational institutions in Ward 5 to walk with me and bring some shine to our kids.
I like that.
Yes.
I think some city folks are planning to be a part of the parade as well, so to get out and march that day as well. So again, everyone, that's going to be on Monday the 20th, appropriately enough, Martin Luther King Day. And then, Councilwoman, the African American Trailblazer Service Awards is coming up. That's just 3 days later.
Yes, that's a huge event that happens in council chambers. I will be sending Julius to that because I will have a committee meeting off campus, but I encourage folks to participate in that as well.
That African American Trailblazer Service Awards is Thursday the 23rd, as the Councilwoman said, starts at 9 o'clock in Chambers. That's exactly right. And we have a basketball tournament. You guys, this is right up your alley here. West Las Vegas Martin Luther King Youth Basketball Tournament, Wednesday through Friday, the 22nd through the 24th.
Yes. I will not be on the court. My knees don't let me do that anymore. And my jump shot is pathetic these days. But if you've got young folks who are interested in participating, we encourage you to please get involved in Parks and Rec. These are the things that I did with my sons when they were young, and they bring so much joy to us as parents, and activity and togetherness for our children.
Learn so much too, just besides the fundamentals of the game. Too.
Team, how to work together.
Exactly right, exactly. And then last but not least, Councilwoman Kelly, big event coming up, Love on Jackson Block Party on February 22nd. That's in next month in February. 12 to 4. This is a big event, nice event.
It's really going to be something. I've enjoyed the ones that I've attended in the past, and we are excited to be a part of it again. We are looking for folks who want to vend, and we are also looking to sort of take a different tact or an expanded approach, not just social services organizations, but we'd like our community to come out and meet our public service folks who I've encouraged to have a table there, to meet some of our partners in the trades who I've encouraged to be there so that we can do job creation, succession planning, and let the community know that these jobs are available. This is how you apply. These are the folks who work in these spaces.
Great way to network.
Yes, and we need good people in the city.
Absolutely.
And so we want to encourage folks to be a part of this community and have great jobs and work in an awesome organization.
Yeah, that's really good. So Love on Jackson Block Party, Saturday, February 22nd, noon to 4 o'clock. Come on out. It's going to be a big deal that day. So Kelly, thanks so much for being on the show. Great to have you here. Councilwoman, you as well. We always want to tell everybody out there, Kelly, this goes right up your alley. We always want to hear from you, to Kelly's point. So if you have something you'd like to share with Councilwoman Chandra Summers-Armstrong, you can contact the Councilwoman at 702-229-6405 or send her an email. The address is ward5@lasvegasnevada.gov, and she or Kelly or Nora or Julius will see that email and be able to jump on it and take care of what you need. So, Kelly, great having you on the show.
Thank you. Great to be here.
We'll have you back again.
Let's do it.
Councilwoman, definitely will have you back in 6 weeks.
Thank you. Hopefully I won't be so nervous the next time, but thank you.
For your first show, I thought you did fantastic. Great job all the way around. Councilwoman, everyone out there, don't miss our next show beginning on January 30th with Ward 1 City Councilman and Mayor Pro Tem Brian Knutson. You can catch all of our City of Las Vegas TV shows on Apple TV, Roku, and Amazon Fire. Also, watch for our QR code after this show to subscribe to that newsletter that Kelly talked about. And don't forget, you can watch us live on the internet at lasvegasnevada.gov/connect. Thanks for watching, everyone. We'll see you next time around.